Hi everyone, if you are new to this channel and watching this video for the first time, I am architect Dishant Bhatia. As a profession, I am an architect and a graphic artist. Apart from running my own design studio, I am an on and off academician in different architecture colleges as well. So I do conduct workshops, seminars and studies based on architecture studies and the patterns of education in architecture. This whole YouTube channel Unplanned is kind of an initiative in the same dimension. So if you click the video looking at the title, most probably you are an architecture student and want to know more about architecture studies. So it would be better if you subscribe to this channel and look for the videos that are going to come out. As they say, subscribe, like and share. Since the day I started this channel, I have been getting requests from my students to inform you something more about architectural juries. Like from the first year till the thesis, we are not prepared for it. I have been a student as well and I know what all goes through mind before the jury and how to prepare for that. Now as a teacher, I know what lies at the other side of it as well. So this video is going to be just a quick pep talk before you get into your jury sessions this month maybe. Because of the pandemic that is going on, most of the juries have been postponed. Remember, these points are valid for all levels of jury. Like if you are in first year, it doesn't matter. If you are in thesis, it doesn't matter. It is going to reflect the process that we have to be prepared with before getting into a jury. So grab a notebook and note down all the points that I'm going to mention here. I hope it is going to help you a lot. Okay, so let's start with the first and foremost thing that I think should be the most important trait that you should learn is be organized. Okay, I know everybody has told you that before also, but actually that works. And this is for all of you, like those who have completed their projects way before the deadlines, and also for those who are still working on the so-called conceptual plans. From day one, if you start being organized and if you start organizing your stuff in a proper way, it is going to take off like half of the load from your shoulders. Believe me. The only thing you will be worried about is design then. Now, how to do it? There are two ways of organizing your things well. The first step is simple, just to know the deliverables that you are going to deliver. We all get a sheet from colleges where we get to know what are the deliverables that we have to work on, like the site plan, the plans, the section, elevation. All you need to do is note down these points properly so that nothing is missed when you are actually stepping into a jury. So if we try to work out it in a sequence basically, so we will start with the conceptual plan of course, and then comes the site plans, site analysis, the plan, sections, elevations and different architectural tools, basically the drawings, the basic drawings which we need to present to the jury. So make a list out of all these things and make sure that you complete them before the deadline. The second step of organizing yourself is to arrange all these things properly. So all you need to do is just make sure that all your files, all your drawing files, all your JPEGs, PDFs, whatever, all the drawings are placed in a proper sequence. Just try to imagine how you would like to read someone else's drawings. So what would be the first drawing that you would want to see? The concept, of course. Then you come up with the site plan, the basic idea of the site. Then we jump into the details. We come up with the plans, we come up with the sections. Then there are of course sketches that you are proposing, 3D renders, elevations, material details, joinery details, whatever like building construction details if you want to show. All such things have to be placed in a proper sequence so that it makes sense to the person who is looking at the drawing. So the whole idea is to make sure that the person sitting in front of you is actually getting what you are trying to do with this project. Talking of the idea and project, your work is everything. Language does matter while explaining your design, but here the primary language is drawings. If every single detail is given in the sheet itself, the jury will be least bothered to ask you irrelevant questions. Believe me that. So include all the relevant bold sketches and 2D drawings that you have prepared. Include as many graphic drawings as possible. And I'm not talking about the 3D renders, of course. That is not the important part. They are not there to see the final product. They are there to see the process, the thinking process, how you started your project. That is the first thing. The whole idea is to clarify your concepts and clarify your ideas, the logics behind the things that you are designing. That can be done through conceptual sketches only. So first of all, before putting your 2D drawings, make sure that you have collected all your rough sketches and all the butter sheets that you were working on during your design process, because those are important. As a jury member, I always go and look for the butter sheets first of all. I do not care about the final sheets, because I want to see the jump that the student has taken from the point when he started the drawings till the end. So this journey of yours as a designer is the most important aspect that a jury is always looking for. If this journey is clear, then the rest of the drawings will do their part. Then of course the language you speak in matters, but make sure you speak in the official language which you are comfortable in. It doesn't matter it is English or Hindi. The point is you have to convey your ideas well. So if you think you are not comfortable in any particular language, just skip that. Remember, you are going to get like around 10 minutes to present your jury. And in those 10 minutes, you have to present the work that you have been doing for like last 4 months. So in case if you are stuck in choosing between two languages, then the whole idea is gone. So just stick what you are comfortable in. Another very common technique that everybody talks about is practice. As I was talking about the language, practice before you go to your jury. See, it's a simple logic. You have worked on something for like 4 months, 5 months. Your brain has gathered so much of information. And that amount of information you have to deliver in 5 to 10 minutes. So of course, your brain is not ready to organize the things. And that's why you need to practice beforehand so that you know what you are going to speak about. And to make it more efficient, you can follow these steps. Prepare pointers or note cards with you. Always keep those cards and a pen handy so that you have pointers in front of you of what all the things you are going to speak about. Once you are that prepared, there are very less chances that you are going to miss anything that was relevant. And moreover, the jury gets to know that the kid is prepared well. They will feel that, okay, this person is well aware of what he or she is going to talk about. So in case there is a lack of time or something, they will just tell you to go through your pointers quickly. That way you will never miss the important parts. And when I say that, make sure that you script the idea well. Try not to bore them, because if they lose interest, your design explanation is gone. Prepare your vocal cords. Just as if we go for a gymming session and before that we warm up, our vocal cords also need that warm-up session. So there are few exercises which you can Google easily. Before any presentation or any session where you have to speak for a longer time, just do these exercises before that. For reference, if you have time, if you are done with your design and you have some time to spare and watch a movie, A King's Speech. It's a brilliant movie. You can watch that and you can see the exercises which are required to prepare the vocal cords for a speech.
Can shout vowels at an open window can learn to deliver a speech.
The other very important part, always keep the water bottle ready with you. Another very simple exercise is present the jury to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself. See whether the ideas are clear in your mind first so that you can explain it to someone else. The next step is something which I tell my students always, while designing also and while presenting the design as well. Prepare a story. Be a storyteller. Be one of the stakeholders that is going to use that design. Try to imagine different roles and accordingly present your design. This way, the jury member will also know that you have thought about the design very well. Also, we come up from a culture where storytelling is one of the most prominent aspects of explaining something to others. So to present your idea, the best way is to present it in a story. And when I say prepare a story, it means like convert your design process into a story. Like how you started thinking about that design. What was the basic idea behind going for such kind of a design? What were the changes you did after the drawings were complete? Or in between. So when all these points are layered in sequence, it will be easy for you to remember what you are going to talk about. Also, it is going to be interesting for the person who is listening to the story. Then we jump to the most important aspect, understand what is a jury. It has been more than a decade for me to be in this field as a student and then as a professional and academician. I have always seen people talking about architectural juries and stuff. The jury word is like something which is not acceptable to me. It creates a kind of a negative impact on the person who is going to present for a jury. In most of the famous colleges, we know that this is architectural crit. It is a critical analysis of what the design is all about. But as a culture in colleges, just like design, most of the things that we learn about juries is from our seniors. And of course, a senior is a person who anyways never likes jury. He is also a student, come on. So the experiences that we have heard about juries is mostly the experience from a person who never liked a jury. So try to expand your horizon and see how architectural juries are happening all over the world. What are the basic questions that people ask? What are the basic things that people use to present their jury? Try to learn from them. I know when we Google about architectural juries, the foremost things that come up are either memes or funny videos or wait, okay, I also made a funny video about juries, but that I was in college again, I was a student. That's what I am talking about. It is not just about the negative part. We have to know, we have to understand that the juries are the essential part to grow. So jury or architectural credit, in my understanding, is not just about presenting yourself. It is about having a dialogue. It is about having a conversation with a person who knows a bit better than you. So this is the ultimate place where you can learn, where you can understand what are the problems or what are the things that you are missing in your design. Don't be afraid to ask questions to the jury member. What else you could add into the design? You have to ask them. You have to be that free at that particular moment. The studio juries are basically organized to give you a chance to reflect on your own design. It is not about just presenting your design and go away with the semester. No, it is to be prepared for the next one. One of my favorite experiences as a jury member is from Avantika Institute of Design. We were supposed to take a jury for the batches who were working on product design and system design. The kind of confidence and the kind of openness that those students had was very remarkable. And I was very comfortable talking to them. I was asking questions and they were also wondering through those questions. They were also looking for the answers for those questions, and if they had any doubt, they used to ask me. Like as the jury member, we also enjoyed it because of the product design thing, they had the prototypes ready with them. So we also got to experience the things. And that is what we expect in architectural studios as well. And that is why we tell you to prepare models, because half of the things are explained in the model itself. They don't have to be shown in drawings. If the models, the conceptual models, everything is there. The unfortunate thing that I believe happens in architecture colleges is like we take it as a war. It is not about winning the argument. It is about learning from it. So the only way to skip the argument session is to have logics behind each and everything that you have prepared. You need to really listen to the jury members with an open mind and understand what they are actually trying to say. So the best idea is to keep a friend with you. When your jury is going to happen, tell one of your best friends to be there and keep notes of what is going on. Because as a third person, he will be able to judge you properly. He will be able to tell you what were your faults while you were presenting your design. The last point that I'm going to talk about is the digital jury, because most of the colleges are going to have a digital juries this time. So just prepare for that. Keep your docs ready with you. Keep everything aligned in a one folder so that you don't have to shuffle around the drawings when the jury is going on. And make sure your cameras are working, your audios are working. Try it out with your family members before the jury so that at the end point, nothing is going wrong. Try out normal video sessions with your friends and talk about your design to them so that it is very much easier to understand what are the important points. Believe me, I also know that it is going to be very hectic, but I hope all these points can help you and you have a great jury ahead. I hope you liked the video. If you did, if you think that you should be sharing it with someone else who is going to have a jury in near future, please do that. Like the video, comment below in the section if you want me to prepare any other small talk sessions like this, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and all the best for your juries.